Hey there, how you doing? This is a message for Brian, Nico, Dustin and Mike. So I'm Paul Popplewell, and I was in 15 Million Mirrors, Black Mirror. Brian, Nico, Dustin, Mike, it's Paul again. Listen, I just want to apologise. The sound quality on that video I did you was terrible. I was out hiking. I'm now in my little camper van thing. We shot 15 Million Merits a million years ago, but it was great fun. It was great to be a part of it, and it's been amazing to watch it kind of go stratospheric, and Netflix pick it up, and you know, all these Hollywood stars are directing and starring in it now. Not that the British cast were amazing, you know, absolute stellar, the creme de la creme of some of the top British artists, and me. But it was good fun. Good luck with the podcast, and keep up the good work, and don't go out there.
They've conquered the big screen. Now, get ready for the spin-off sure to send chills down your spine. It's Nico, Brian, Mike, and Dustin in Don't Go Out There, the series.
Welcome back, everybody, to DGOT, the series. We really appreciate y'all listening. We hope y'all have been enjoying these series reviews. I know we have. It's been a lot of fun. Just want to give a quick shout out to our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Everything about our podcast is on the website. All of our episodes and interviews, if you want to check those out. We've done some incredible interviews in the past. Go check them out there in a specific tab by themselves, so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of episodes on Apple or Spotify, etc. We also have our store if you want to grab a shirt, a mouse pad, a hat, all that good stuff. We'd love to see your pictures, you know, rep your favorite podcast. And Shan's Etsy page is also attached if you want to grab a tumbler. All of our social media links are on there as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like us, subscribe us, follow us, all that good stuff. And the last thing I want to shout out on our website is our Patreon. We call it Blood Donors. We have the traditional monthly reoccurring kind. If you want to support us, help us pay the bills, as we say. Or if there's a movie you want us to review, that option is available as well. Just check out our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've recently joined the Believe Network. So there's some ads on our program now. But if you want ad-free content, go check us out on Blood Donors. The ad-free episodes will be available there. We are continuing on this week with 2 more episodes of Black Mirror. This is Brian's choice.
Nope, great.
The second episode we're going to be reviewing tonight is from Season 1, Episode 3, The Entire History of You. This one, to be honest with you, was a tough one to do scene by scene on, because the first 15, 20 minutes is pretty slow, but it has a hell of an end. All right, the episode starts with Liam being questioned by coworkers. He's reassured it's not a witch hunt, more of a treasure hunt for the gold. He asks if the company is okay with this ethically and morally. They laugh at him not taking it seriously. Title card. Liam leaves in a taxi headed toward the airport. He sees an ad about an implant from Willow Grain. Memory is for the living. We see he has the implant and replays the meeting with the other 3 people. He shows a security guard at the airport his data from the past week and is cleared. Liam goes to Lucy's house from the Dublin wedding, and he's offered a beer. Liam meets with the others, and they all start making small talk. They all ask about his appraisal. Jeff tells him to put the appraisal on the TV so he can give him some pointers. The group sits down to eat, and they're all introduced to Halam. Jonas compares going to the theater to the same as a relationship. Jonas continues talking about reliving times with old grains until Halam says she doesn't have a grain anymore. We see her scar on the back of her head. Colleen speaks up saying she couldn't go grainless. Liam and Fionn, or Fee as she's called, are leaving, replaying his interview again, and Liam thinks Jonas is a bit of a dick. They accuse each other of inviting Jonas. She replays the moment where he invited him over. The 2 meet up with Jonas outside their apartment, and they politely tell him not to come inside. All right, Brian, that's the first set of scenes. What do you think?
Oof. Like I said in my open, this one fucks with me. And so just on a personal note, if anyone listening right now has ever dated me and is listening to this, admittedly, I'm a very jealous dude. And you're probably nodding your head right now. So this entire episode really played to that, like, understandably. And so, yeah, I mean, this one definitely stuck with me. Also, this one's a little easier of a watch just because, to me, it's one of the shorter ones. I haven't really checked the times, but it just felt like it was a little shorter. Brian Welsh directed this one. He's been more of an editor his career, but this one definitely feels lighter, at least at first, right? And then and the music, everything, it just doesn't feel so heavy yet. But then we immediately get uncomfortable, and we're uncomfortable, at least I am, for the rest of this episode. This party, so fucking cringe to me. Like, you can tell that something's definitely going on between Fee and Jonas, and can tell that Liam can tell. And man, does this bring back some bad memories for me. Interesting here that the conversation at the party includes a discussion about the unreliability of memories, and that's further driven home when the party memories are replayed. Like, there's subtle continuity errors on purpose between the displayed memories and the original scenes. Brilliant. And dare I say, once again, diabolical writing. Fuck. I don't know. This is uncomfortable. That's the only word I can use to describe it.
Yeah. I started my notes by, hey, it's Dr. Doom. So that's my favorite thing to do about Black Mirror is just shout out the projects that these actors have been in. Great casting throughout the show. I am sensing a trend with this show. A lot of implanted devices in people's eyes and brains. So that's consistent. Who's the show creator? I want to ask him, like, what's really going on, bud? What you doing over there? This one just really has a slow start to me. It's not my favorite open, but I'm curious how it all plays out because every episode so far has had a decent premise that has a strong finish. So we'll see.
All right, Fee offers the babysitter a bedroom to stay in since they got back so late. Fee replays the baby monitor as Liam asks if Jonas was a big part of the game. He asks more about Jonas, and Fee admits she and Jonas had a thing back then. He gets jealous, and she brings up Gemma. The two start arguing over it, and he calls it embarrassing. The two argue on her story, and he replays when she said he was with Jonas for a week. The two continue to argue about old flings as Liam's jealousy gets worse. He calls her a bitch, but instantly regrets it as she replays the moment over and over before heading upstairs. He goes in the room and apologizes to her for being weird and wonky at times. She tells Liam she loves him, and the two kiss and have sex. It's hot and heavy at first until we see them in the present with grain filter on their eyes, not really having that much fun. Liam leaves and replays the time when Jonas was talking at the dinner. Liam calls Gina over and has her sit down wanting her opinion. He asks if she thought what Jonas said about being a serial monogamist to his cornflakes being funny. It's awkward for Gina as Liam continues in his jealousy. Fee walks her out and Liam asks her to sit down. He points out the difference in her behavior with Jonas pre- and post-arrival. He asks how long she went out with him. She says it doesn't matter. He brings up another time she was making out with Jonas and says that wasn't Marrakesh, and she confesses it was 6 months, not 1 week or a month. She gets angry, saying not all untruths are a lie. Fee walks away frustrated as Liam continues watching replays of Jonas at dinner. He cranks the car up and the system says he may not be in a physical state to drive, but overrides it. All right, Brian, that's the next set of scenes. What do you think?
Man, the atmosphere, especially starting here when Fee tells Liam about sleeping with Jonas, tension-ridden. Jonas, King Dickhead, Marrakech. Like, that's how I want to be announcing here from now on. Brian, King Dickhead of Florida. I love it. That's what you need to start calling me. But even the sex scene, like, there's just such disconnect. And again, 10 years ago, but replace these things with our phones now, and look where we already are. When Fee was on top of him, the way that it was shot, like, it seemed so disorienting. And you could tell something was off, but then we find out that they're watching just another time while barely doing anything. And that was portrayed by just that shot. So I thought that was brilliant. And then the obsessing starts. And really just the downward spiral really begins as well. I mean, and by the way, it was crazy that the car canceled all health and auto insurance, right? When it was like knew that he was drunk. It's crazy. But yeah, that's all I had on this episode or set of scenes.
All right. So let me just say that, boy, I would be cooked if a woman could save clips of stuff I've said in the heat of the moment and then replay it repeatedly. Another premise in this show that would just spell disaster for me. And then Buddy is jealous as fuck. I have a strict rule. Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. Like, he's obsessing over her previous entanglements. This cannot end well. And then I can't lie, this is a note-taking nightmare, this episode. Like, there's nothing wrong with the story or anything, but it's just not really holding my attention, and nothing noteworthy is happening. I don't know. I'm ready to wrap it up, to be honest with you.
All right, here's the ending. He makes it to Jonas's house and intercoms to him. He wants to come in and talk, but Fee isn't with him. He hugs him and runs inside the house. He compliments how nice the place is, and Jonas says it's not cool him barging into the house and it's awkward. Liam keeps going, and they tell him he needs to go as he keeps drinking more liquor. He asks if this is the room he uses to masturbate to his wife as he continues drinking. Jonas walks over to him to get him out the house, and he hits him with a bottle in the head. Liam wakes up sometime later realizing he's crashed his car into a tree. He replays what happened with he and Jonas. We see him threatening Jonas with broken glass to wipe everything of Fee in his grain or he's going to kill him. He tells him to stay away from my house, and he comes back too. Liam is disappointed by his behavior and makes it back home. He enters the room and Fee asks where he's been. He asks if she used a condom and if he's Jody's father. She says yes, of course, and says he never liked that painting over their bed. He shows her 18 months ago in Jonas's grain there was data of her. Fee says it's not what it looks like. She says she got drunk and it shouldn't have happened. I'm sorry. He asks again about the condom and says to show him on the grain where she asked him to wear the condom. He confronts her when she tries to delete everything now. He snaps saying, I need to see it. This isn't me. Look what you're doing to me. She puts on the time with she and Jonas at their house having sex until it cuts to black. Liam tells Fee, I love you, as we see the baby in the carriage. He's reliving happy moments until we see the painting on the wall gone. He walks through the house reminiscing on good times with Fee. Liam grabs a razor and cuts at his ear. He then takes some 10 snips or some kind of snips and removes the grain from his body. All right, Brian, that's the ending. What'd you think?
Man, I don't even know what to say about this ending. I mean, you think, oh shit, Liam's done it now. Like he's buried himself. But then he walks in and asks if she used a condom and if he's Jody's father. And then zooms in on that thumbnail and then says, show me. Fuck. I felt that. And there's no soundtrack, no music, no nothing. Just some insane acting from Toby Kebbell and Jodie Whittaker. Then you just look at their faces as they watch. And you can't see, but you can hear what's going on. Absolutely brilliant from the two of them acting-wise. But then you don't know if that's a memory or something that's taken place in the future until Liam starts rewinding. And I, at least, thought that, oh shit, like he killed her. Like I wonder though if it would have been more effective had it just ended when it faded to black after watching the video, kind of leaving it up for interpretation. But I did like the call back to the dinner conversation and her getting hers taken out and saying that it didn't mess up her eyesight, the little implant thing. Yet everything goes to black when he does it. And so the effects when he was taking it out, good Lord. But I guess since it went to black, then that was kind of him making himself blind from taking it out. That's what I kind of took from that. But I don't know. That's just crazy episode.
Yeah, Buddy's spiraling. Like showing up at Jonas is crazy enough, and he loses his mind. He's jealous as fuck. And it turns out
he wrong? But he was not wrong.
He had a reason to be suspicious. Wowzers. These women ain't loyal. Shout out to Maggie Hart. Crazy tension now in this one, like setting up for a hell of a finish after a lackluster start. But it was wild to me when he told her he wanted to see what Jonas's look like, or he wants to see what Jonas looked like. Super pause, my man. What the fuck do you mean by that? And he watched the whole thing. Hell no. Like, what did he plan to gain from that? Like, to me, when you tell her to show it and you could just look at her reaction until she's having a breakdown, oh shit, he's going to make me show him this. That's when I'd be like, okay, stop. I've seen enough. I know what you did. He watched it. Sick fuck. That's some Adam 22 behavior. That's all I'm going to say.
Damn.
But it had a very abrupt and disappointing ending to me. Like I do like the ending as the earlier callback in the episode when the woman said, like you said, she lost her sight held on fine after removing the grain. So this ending looks like Liam didn't have that kind of lucky turnout. I don't know. It's up to our interpretation, but I don't know. Overall, I just wasn't really a fan of this episode.
What if he would have murdered her? Like, would that have changed your opinion at the end of because that's what I thought happened anyway. Whenever he was just walking through the house, replaying memories, I thought he killed her.
I mean, I'm not saying I condone, but I understand.
I'm not saying like they should have.
Oh,
did it? No, I thought he did kill her.
See, yeah, I guess I don't think he did. I didn't.
The painting's gone.
That's fine because if I have to sit there and watch that, I'm killing everyone in the room, me included. But I don't know. To me, there's nothing they could have done in this ending really to fix it because the build was just so slow and painstakingly boring to me. Sorry if that offends.
It's finally happening. Brian, you got any fun facts you want to share?
only have
I have
one.
one. I have one as well.
Go ahead. Is it the Downey Jr. one?
It is.
Okay, go ahead with it. Go ahead.
Okay. So in 2013, Robert Downey Jr., or as Nico knows him, Tony Stark, optioned this episode as a potential film adaptation by Warner Brothers and his production company, Team Downey, which was to be written by the episode's writer, Jesse Armstrong. The plot would have been about a man who uses the grain to repeat memories with his deceased wife, gradually learning a big secret from doing so. However, in a 2018 interview, Armstrong said that the project was in, quote, development hell, and suggested that Team Downey's option had lapsed. I don't know. I think the premise, hell yeah, that makes for a good movie. I think that there's a lot of meat on the bone there for a good movie or a good episode. It's just I didn't care for the execution.
I have seen the first Iron Man, by the way. Just throwing that there. I thought it was great, to be honest.
I didn't mean Tony Stark. I meant him as Victor Von Doom.
Oh yeah, you lost me on that one.
Well, that movie's not even out yet, so.
All right, say less. All right, guys, you ready to jump into the rating? Brian, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, mine's quick too on this one. Just as much as this one affected me, I actually gave it an 8.
So, like I said, this one had some okay moments, but it was pretty boring to me. I can't forgive that. I gave it a 5.5.
Damn.
Yeah, I do agree that the episode starts slow, but once it picks up and the arguing at the house starts happening, I'm pretty invested. And I thought the ending part was really good. It's interesting. I think I feel like a terrible review person right now. The actor who played Liam,
Toby Kebbell,
I think he did a fantastic job portraying the jealous boyfriend. I give it a 7.5 just because it did start off really slow. Shout out to Toby.
It gives us a composite score of a 7. IMDb has it as an 8.5, so I guess I'm the squeaky wheel. Sorry.
All good, brother.
It's your fault. All right, guys, you got any final thoughts on these 2 episodes?
No, that's it, man. We're about halfway through it, right? I mean, well, one more episode and then we'll be halfway through it.
Yep. Yes, sir. I've pretty much enjoyed all 4 episodes we've done. We appreciate everyone listening. I really have fun doing this DGOT, the series thing. Appreciate all of our blood donors, and we'll be back not next week because Brian's going to be out of town. We got a couple other blood donor reviews, but we'll be back with Black Mirror in 2 weeks. We appreciate y'all listening. Y'all have a good one.